My brother announced he was moving into my house Friday. Mom already agreed. I armed the security system. Then my phone lit up with an intruder alert, and police were dispatched. I bought my house 3 years ago. It is a small 3-bedroom in a quiet neighborhood. I saved for 7 years for the down payment. I worked 2 jobs for 3 of those years. I did not take vacations. I did not buy new clothes. I put every extra dollar into savings. The day I signed the papers was the proudest day of my life. My brother Kyle has never owned anything. He is 34 years old and has lived with our mom his entire adult life. He does not pay rent. He does not buy groceries. He plays video games all day and works part-time 3 days a week. My mom enables him completely. She cooks for him. She does his laundry. She makes excuses for why he cannot get his life together. Last month, my mom called and said she was selling her house. She wanted to move into a senior apartment. I said that sounded like a good idea. Then she said Kyle would need somewhere to live. I said that was his problem to figure out on his own. She said she assumed Kyle could stay with me until he got on his feet. I said absolutely not. I said my house is my own space. She called me selfish and hung up. I thought that was the end of it. Last Sunday, I went to my mom's house for dinner. Kyle was there playing video games like always. Halfway through the meal, he looked up and said, "By the way, I am moving in on Friday." I asked what he was talking about. He said mom already agreed. He said I had 3 bedrooms and only used 1, so there was plenty of space for him. I looked at my mom. She would not meet my eyes. She said it was only temporary. She said he just needed a few months to save up. I put down my fork. I said no one is moving into my house. I said I did not agree to this. Kyle laughed. He said I was being dramatic. He said it was not like I had a husband or kids taking up space. He said I should be grateful for the company. My mom nodded along. I stood up and grabbed my purse. I said, let me be very clear. If anyone shows up at my house without my permission, I will call the police. Kyle rolled his eyes. My mom said I was overreacting as usual. I left without saying goodbye. On Tuesday, I got a text from Kyle. He said he would be there Friday afternoon. He said mom was giving him her old furniture. He said I should clear out the guest room. I did not respond. On Wednesday, I called my security company. I upgraded my system. I added cameras to every door. I enabled the intruder alert feature that automatically contacts police. I changed all the locks. I changed the garage code. Everything connected to my phone. On Thursday night, my mom called. She said Kyle had rented a moving truck. She said he was excited about the move. I told her one more time that Kyle was not welcome in my home. She said I was being cruel and hung up. Friday at 2 p.m., my phone lit up. Intruder alert, front door. I opened the camera app and watched Kyle trying to open my front door with a key. He must have taken my spare from mom house years ago. The key did not work because I changed the locks. Then he went around to the back. He tried that door too. Then he tried the garage code. Nothing worked. Then the alarm went off, loud. The whole neighborhood could hear it. 30 seconds later, my phone showed a notification. Police dispatched. I called Kyle. He answered yelling. He said, "What is wrong with your alarm?" I said, "I told you not to come here." He said, "This is ridiculous." He said, "Tell the police it was a mistake." I said, "No." I said, "You are trespassing on my property after I explicitly told you not to come." He hung up. The police arrived 8 minutes later. I watched on camera as 2 officers approached Kyle standing in my driveway next to a moving truck. I saw Kyle pointing at the house and waving his arms. Then I saw them put Kyle in handcuffs. The officer called me 10 minutes later. He asked if I wanted to press charges. I said yes. Kyle was arrested for attempted breaking and entering. He spent the night in jail. My mom paid $1,500 to bail him out. She called me screaming the next morning. She said I ruined Kyle's life. She said he has a record now. She said no one would hire him. I said he should have thought about that before he tried to break into my house. She said I was no longer her daughter. I said that was her choice to make. It has been 2 months. Kyle is living in a studio apartment that my mom is paying for. He still does not have a full-time job. My mom has not spoken to me since the arrest. My aunt says I went too far. My cousin says I should have just let him stay for a few weeks. But here is what they do not understand. I said no. I said it multiple times. And they decided my no did not matter. So I made it matter. Last week, my neighbor told me Kyle drove by the house 3 times in one day. He just sat in his car staring at my front door. I saved the footage just in case. My house is still quiet, my guest room is still empty, and my doors stay locked. Some people only understand boundaries when there are consequences for crossing them. Kyle learned that the hard way, and I sleep perfectly fine at night.